kids, sorry I'm late online. I was in a meeting, but I ran back down here to make sure I got a video just for you guys. I hope you guys are doing well. I have a quick devotion for you guys for today, and it involves some putty. But what can we learn today from the Word of God? Here's what it says in James chapter 1 and verse number 2. My brethren, count it all joy when ye fall into diverse temptations, knowing this, that the trying of your faith worketh patience. And verse number 4 says, but let patience have her perfect work, that ye may be perfect and entire, wanting nothing. And what's great about this verse is talking about us when we go through our everyday difficult situations or trials. And the easy thing to do is to quit, okay? Quitting is always going to be an option, but really, that's not the option we should choose. Now, what does God say from His Word? It says, count it all joy. Now, why would God tell us to count it all joy when we fall into temptations and trials and difficult situations? Why? Well, here's what it says in verse number 3. Knowing this, that the trying of your faith worketh patience. Or maybe you can think of the word of steadfastness, but I have this little putty thing. Now, some of you guys, I don't know if you guys have ever played with putty. These are great. You can shape them. But this is actually a friend of mine, Pastor Derek, let me borrow this, okay? And it's like this. I picked it up and I thought, man, this isn't really like putty. The putty I used to have as a little kid was much easier than this. But Pastor Derek explained to me, but this is like therapy putty. And what it is if you've injured your hand or your wrist or your fingers or something, they would actually give you this to kind of squeeze. And you're kind of like, that's just such a weird thing. But as you squeeze and you mold it and you kind of use your fingers to like mold this in different ways, and you move your fingers around and you do all this, you may not actually understand what you're doing by grabbing this putty and you're just kind of just gripping it, you're moving it. Oh, it kind of actually made some noise. Cool. But the reality is as you continue to do this, you know what's being strengthened? The muscles in my hand and in my fingers, my wrist, all the tendons in my wrist are all of a sudden getting stronger. And that's what it's actually meant for. And so the whole reason of why should we have joy even through difficult situations? Well, God says because those difficult situations are actually strengthening your faith. And that's great news, because every time we go through a situation, we go, oh man, this is just difficult things. What are we supposed to be doing? And we don't have any idea, and who knows when this is going to end, or who knows what's going on. But God says, trust me. And as you continue to trust me from day to day, your faith begins to strengthen. And kids, don't look at these difficult situations as something to avoid. In fact, look at these as opportunities to have your faith strengthened by what God is doing in your life. And so kids, remember that. So next time you guys pick up some putty, okay? Or maybe some Play-Doh or something, and you make it into a ball, and then you squeeze really hard, and then your hand starts to get tired. And even in situations, we get tired. We get emotionally tired. We get spiritually tired. But God says, trust me, continue just pressing on and doing the things I've called you to do. And in the meanwhile, God strengthens our faith. And then when we look back, like, man, I am just tired, but later on, we have a stronger grip, a stronger hand, and our faith will be that much stronger getting through those things. So kids, I hope you guys remember that for today. And just anytime you pick up Play-Doh, remember, God is strengthening you even through things you don't understand and through situations that are difficult. And so kids, remember that. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. We will see you guys online next time.